Muli po, Happy New Year po sa inyong lahat. Pakibati naman po ang inyong mga katabi ng Happy New Year. Whenever we celebrate New Year's Day, there is always that sense of hope in us. Sana yan din po yung mukha na nakita ninyo sa mga katabi ninyo nung kayo'y binati ng Happy New Year. We always see a bright future ahead of us. That's why we greet one another a Happy New Year. We are hopeful that for the days to come, it will be a bright and joyful one, not only for ourselves, but also for the people that we meet and extend our greetings to. In our first reading, we hear the prayer of blessing that God prescribed to Moses and Aaron, a formula of blessing the people of Israel. This is also our prayer, a prayer of blessing, a prayer that God will bless us this year, a prayer that God will be with us this year. And this is what we all long for, blessings. Ito naman ho yung hinihingi natin sa pasimula ng bawat taon. O di kaya ay hinihingi din natin sa bawat oras, bawat araw na lumilipas. No? O minsan pa nga maririnig natin, sasabihin ng iba, 2023, be good to me. No? Dahil ang gusto lang naman natin ay puno ng biyaya ang papasok na taon. Who among us would not want to receive a blessing? Who among us would not want to be blessed? That's why we ask people to pray for us whenever there is an occasion in our life. Maraming pagkakataon ho ang lumalapit ang mga tao sa aming mga pari na humihingi ng dasal. Basbasan sila dahil birthday, anniversary, dahil ninanais lamang din nilang mabasbasan sa natatanging araw na iyon. But let us try to look deeper into this prayer of blessing that God gave to Moses. Whenever we are blessed, we let God's face shine on us. Whenever we are blessed, it means we are given the power to share life. And when God blesses us, it is not just God sharing His life to us, but we also become channels of these blessings. Nagiging daluyan din tayo ng biyaya. And whenever we become channels of these blessings, whenever we share the blessings that we receive, we also become concrete manifestations of God's blessings for others. And whenever we share these blessings, the only fruit that it could bring is peace. Kapag nagbabahagi tayo ng biyaya, kapayapaan ang daladala na pagpapala. There can only be two possibilities if what we are sharing does not bring peace. It is either that what we are sharing is not really a blessing, or the person that would receive is not ready to receive such a blessing. Hindi ho lahat ng tao handang tumanggap ng biyaya mula sa iba. That's why whenever we act, we also ask ourselves, would this action be a genuine act of sharing? Or would it just boost my ego to others? Kapag ginagawa ko ba tong mga bagay na ito, bukal ba talaga sa loob ko? O baka naman masarap lang yung pakiramdam na may binibigay o ginagawa para sa iba? And if it is a genuine act of sharing, then we let people recognize the blessing and the true provider of blessings. Dahil kapag malinaw para sa atin na ito'y pagpapala, maituturo lang din natin kung sino yung dahilan ng lahat ng pagpapala. And this is what our second reading would remind us. We have been given the grace and blessing to be called children of God. Because God became man, because Jesus became one of us, we have also received the grace to be called children of God. But how do we receive such grace? How do we respond to such blessing? In our gospel, when the angels announced the good news to the shepherds, the first thing that they did was to look for the child. They searched for Jesus. And that is the first invitation for us. We have received a blessing, but do we look for that blessing? Do we search it in our lives? Sinusuri ba natin yung mga biyaya na natanggap natin? Malinaw ba para sa atin yung mga biyayang natatanggap natin? Sometimes we also encounter people who find it difficult to see the blessings in their lives. Even if people would affirm how blessed they have become, they still focus on the difficulties and struggles that they face. Para bang ang hirap pakitaan ng pagpapala. Yun yung mga taong nega, na kahit anong pakita ng pagpapala ng ipapakita sa kanila, para bang mas makikita pa rin nila yung sumpa at kamalasan na nararamdaman nila. Yun pa rin ang napapansin nila. Yun pa rin ang lumilitaw sa buhay nila. Kahit napakaraming pagpapala, kahit napakaraming biyaya, pakiramdam nila malas pa rin. Pakiramdam nila may sumpa pa rin. And this is the same temptation for us. Yes, we may be undergoing difficult situations. We may be facing struggling times. Yes, people may not understand what we're going through. But it doesn't mean that we can no longer see how God moves in our lives. This is the challenge for us. To look for Jesus, to search for Jesus. The shepherds may have their own concerns of feeding and tending their sheep, but they had the time to look and search for this great news that they received. We may have become too focused on the many concerns of our life that we forget to realize the presence of Jesus in our midst. Minsan sa sobrang dami ng mga alalahanin, hindi na natin naiisipang tingnan kung saan pumapasok yung pagpapala ng Diyos sa kwento ng buhay natin. As we celebrate this solemnity of Mary, Mother of God, let us ask for her intercession so that like her, we may also have the eyes to see Jesus. That like her, we could also gaze upon the face of Jesus. And as we gaze upon His face, we could also reflect the face of Jesus through the way we live our Christian life. As we begin this new year, let us be reminded with this truth, to look for Jesus, to feel the presence of Jesus, to realize the gift of Jesus in our midst. As Pope Francis said on one of his messages for the World Day of Peace, God is not an indifferent God. It only means He is always with us. And when we realize and feel His presence, that we can truly share the meaning of blessedness. Because being blessed would only mean having Jesus at the center of our daily lives.